My name is Heather Slusser, the agriculture educator in Marathon County. Today, I am joined by Jim Versweyveld, the agriculture educator in Walworth County. Today, Jim is going to talk with us about the fact sheet that he helped co-authored entitled, How to Avoid the Risks of Heat Stress. Jim, could you tell us what the signs of heat stress are?
Sure, I'd be glad to. So heat stress really falls into two primary categories of illness, and it's really based on severity. So the first phase is what's called heat exhaustion. And symptoms of that are going to be the skin is cool to the touch, often moist. Sweating is a symptom for sure. Often the victim will have headache, sometimes nausea and vomiting. Dizziness and exhaustion typically happen, and often with heat exhaustion, the person may not have a rise in body temperature. They may not be running a fever at all. So it's important with those types of victims to move them to a cool, shady place, get them under a tree. Moist cloths are often helpful if it's applied to the forehead or the wrists or the chest to help them cool down. The more severe issue, and one that you really want to make sure that you have medical help on their way, is heat stroke. And with heat stroke, the skin is typically dry to the touch. The victim may or may not lose consciousness. They often have a rapid or weak pulse. And heat stroke is definitely life-threatening. So at that point, call 911 and get medical help on its way. If it's possible, immerse the victim in cool water, not cold, but cool. That can be a bathtub or even a livestock, stock tank if that's available. Sprinkling them with cool water is helpful, and sometimes fans can be used to speed the rate of cooling.
Jim, could you tell us some steps that dairy workers can take to reduce heat stress?
There are several. One of the things is to consider changing shifts. So if workers are typically working in the heat of the day, have them come in earlier. Try to have work for them that, maybe is in cooler times of the day, late evening, early morning. More frequent breaks, shorter work periods can help. Obviously, fans are helpful when workers are exposed to extreme heat. If workers are outdoors, it's important to stay hydrated. Water is really your best choice. Try to avoid caffeinated or sugary beverages, and wear a hat when you're out in the sun. Loose-fitting, well-ventilated hats are a better option than tight-fitting ball caps when heat stress is an issue.
Jim, is there anything else that you'd like to add that we haven't covered?
I would just encourage producers to really take heat stress seriously. More people die from heat stress than floods, hurricanes, severe weather events combined. So it's really something to take seriously. Dairy producers typically do a very good job of addressing heat stress for their cows, but sometimes they don't think about the impact that might occur for themselves or their family members or for their workers. So I would just encourage people to stay aware and avoid heat whenever possible.
Thank you, Jim, for being with me today and sharing this valuable information.